Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, there is a. Let me read it quickly, and then I'm gonna describe what I think, what my thoughts are. Right before I'm gonna read a passage from book Atomic Habits. 56 people DM'd out of 50 people which I was planning to DM. I didn't apply for work yet. It's 8:20 p.m. right now. I'm gonna apply for work. I have a lot of time, free time before 10 or 11 p.m. when I'm gonna go to bed, inshallah, to apply for work. Only things which I have lost for today is to apply for work, maybe do another 200 push-ups, and yeah, I want to search for another short form video editor to start uploading on TikTok, on Instagram, and these kind of platforms. And finally, I want to message message. I think it's 8 p.m. Message to my to the client. If you remember, who called me on Sunday. I think it's Wednesday today already. Like, it's been 2 days since I said him that I'm gonna call him back, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna message him. I'm not gonna call him back. And I mean, I'm saying I'm sorry, but still, I wanna underline the fact that this dude wasn't showing up for 6 months, and now he's showing up, and not showing up for 6 months and then showing up. I don't really believe that he's very, very serious and hurrying up to make a website. Otherwise, he would have called me back, and maybe, like, yeah. He called me on Sunday. Maybe he would have called me back on Monday, because I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm also an entrepreneur, like he is. Sometimes I have busy days, like this last 2 days was a little busy because I was going to school. So 56 people DM'd, didn't apply for work yet. I'm gonna make another 200 push-ups today, inshallah. I'm gonna apply for work. I'm gonna search for a short form editor, and I'm gonna message that guy. I'm waiting for answer from that job which I applied on Saturday. If you didn't watch that video which I uploaded like 3 days ago on Saturday, please check out that video. And yeah, let's go ahead and read this paragraph from Atomic Habits. Paragraph called the Goldilocks Rule: How to Stay Motivated in Life and Work. Steve Martin's story offers a fascinating perspective on what it takes to stick with habits for a long run. Comedy is not for the timid. It's hard to imagine a situation that would strike fear into the hearts of more people than performing alone on a stage and failing to get a single laugh. And yet Steve Martin faced this fear every week for 18 years. In his words, 10 years spent learning, 4 years spent refining, and 4 years as a wild success. Why is it that some people like Martin stick with their habits, whether practicing jokes or drawing cartoons or playing guitar, while while most of us struggle to stay motivated? How do we design habits that pull us in rather than ones that fade away? Scientists have been studying this question for many years now. While there is still much to learn, one of the most consistent findings is that the way to maintain motivation to achieve peak levels of desire is to work on tasks of just manageable difficulty. Let me repeat it: manageable difficulty, in quotes right here. The human brain loves challenges, but only if it's within an optimal zone of difficulty. If you love tennis and try to play a serious match against a 4-year-old, You will quickly become bored. It's too easy. You will win every point. In contrast, if you play a professional tennis player, Roger Federer or Serena Williams, you'll quickly lose motivation because the match is too difficult. Now, consider playing tennis against someone who is your equal. As the game progresses, you will win a few points and lose a few points. You have a good chance of winning, but only if you really try. Your focus narrows, distractions fade away, and you find yourself fully invested in the task at hand. This is a challenge of just manageable difficulty, and it is as a prime example of Goldilocks rule. I want to say it's so freaking damn true. Okay, let me read another page. I'm gonna be done reading this book at all and then move to talking to camera. The Goldilocks rule states that humans experience peak motivation when working on tasks that are right on the edge of their current abilities. Not too hard, not too easy, just right. Martin's comedy career is an excellent example of the Goldilocks rule in practice. Each year he expanded his comedy routine, but only by a minute or two. He was always adding new material, but he also kept a few jokes that were guaranteed to get laughs. There were just enough victories to keep him motivated and just enough mistakes to keep him working hard. When you are starting a new habit, it's important to keep the behavior as easy as possible so you can stick with it even when conditions aren't perfect. This is an idea we covered in detail while discussing the third law of behavior change. I think another page is also good. You are doing great, alhamdulillah. I mean, it's really such a good point because, you know, if you saw me making notes and like writing things down, you see that every goal has number. Like 50 people, like DMing 50 people, applying for 15 or 30 companies every day, um, DMing 50 people every day, making videos between 10 to 20 minutes every day. NoFap challenge for this many days. Waking up at 5 a.m. challenge for this many days. Uh, by the way, I was in the urge of relapsing my NoFap challenge today. Again, the same problem because I was DMing people and these entrepreneurs who don't have a face and believe in God, they love to subscribe to other girls, and when you go to their subscribers tab and yeah, pops up, it just pops up. Then even after closing your laptop, you go away from your laptop, but your back of your mind is just okay. Yeah, I mean, DMing 100 people every day can take me too long, and like me sticking to 100 people every day is way harder than sticking to DMing 50 people every day. I'm not saying that I'm DMing only 10 people, because it's just too easy. DMing 10 people is just too easy, right? But 50 people is, I think I find the right spot, maybe. Like, it would be way better that if I would have find a good spot of mine at 100 people every day, because in numbers, I would have been doing a lot better. Because in last 20 days, I DM'd 50 people every day, and in total, I DM'd 1,000 people every day. What if I could have DM'd 100 people every day? I would have DM'd how many? 2,000 people. 2,000 people, like twice as much. And I could have achieved higher and more results. But the goal, I don't know if my goal is to make as much work as I can, because for 20 days you're gonna DM 2,000 people, 100 people every day, and for 2 months you're not gonna DM a single person. That's the problem. that's the problem I suffered back then. I used to be a workaholic and like work, but then I will take a step back, which is like, twice as much as I worked hard. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, I used to not track how many people I'm DMing and like how often I'm messaging people also. I wasn't tracking anything at all. I was just making a goal and just ticking it or not ticking it. I wasn't getting back and like watching if I'm doing progress. Like here, as you can see, there is like, 29 days of nofap, 29 days of waking up at 5 a.m., like 29 days of vlogging every day, and 29 days of DMing people every day. So as you can see, waking up at 5 a.m., we are doing better, alhamdulillah, 3 days in a row. Like so many days failing. I wasn't giving up, brother. So we started waking up at 5 a.m. 3 days in a row. I guarantee you, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. also, because inshallah, because there is no reason why I won't. If I'm gonna, yeah, the secret sauce which I found for myself is making 700 push-ups every day. Like for the last 3 days I was making 700 push-ups, but I was spending, yeah, too much time on doing push-ups, and like I wasn't reading book, I wasn't DMing people, and yeah, I did 500 today. Let's see what is gonna happen. I have, time. Maybe I will do another 200, and like in total I'm gonna make 700. Let's see. NoFap challenge was doing also great. As you can see, since, yeah, I relapsed yesterday, I'm sorry, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. My record last time was 3 days in a row. In last previous 12 days was like 1, 2, 3, and that's it. But now 5 days in a row.